What are the timing expectations when creating any type of lash set, be it classics, hybrid, volume, mega volume? This is a really tricky topic to talk about, and here's why. So there are many factors that come into play when we are creating a lash set. So to create a service timing expectation is nearly impossible. Let's look at those factors. Factor number one, how many natural lashes does our client have? Some clients will have like 100 natural lashes versus others will have like 500 or 600. It is so crazy how different everyone is. So if we have a client who comes in with 100 lashes and only one lash layer, that client is going to take not nearly as much time as a client who comes in with 6 lash layers and an abundance of natural lashes. So that brings us to, what kind of coverage are we looking to get? Are we going to get 100% coverage? And how does that look for the client that we're working on? Again, that client with 1 lash layer and 100 natural lashes, it's going to be so easy and actually necessary to cover 100% of the lashes. But if we have that other client who has hundreds of natural lashes and 3 to 6 lash layers, is it even necessary for day-to-day lashing to cover 100% of those lashes? And the answer is, well, ideally, that'd be cool, but is it necessary? Absolutely not. Is it achievable and still to make, a good income that you can live off of? Not really. But with that said, it is achievable to get 100% coverage on that client, but are you going to do it within an hour and a half to 2 hour long service? Definitely not. So it's important to keep those types of things in mind when you're doing a set. Maybe you have to use some other sort of technique for a client with an abundance of natural lashes that's going to help you create a finished looking result, but without completing 100% coverage. So we have other videos on that, but I will brush on it just quickly. So if you finish the bottom layer, the layer that sits closest to the eye, and then the top layer, the one that sits on the top while you're lashing, while you're looking down, then if you complete both of those layers, the lash set is going to look complete on those clients who have tons of layers, versus if you just go throughout without a plan and fill as many lashes as you can. From a client's point of view, if the lashes look nice and uniform or have the shape that you're going for, and that's what's created on the top layer, then they're like, oh, that looks good. But if there's lashes left out on the bottom layer, then that's actually what they see with their eyes open. So as long as we have that top layer for the shape, the overall look of the lashes, and then the bottom layer for the darkness, and to make it look like you've covered all the lashes, then the set will look complete no matter what. And I know it's easy to think, but not all the lashes are covered. But remember that even your client who has 100 natural lashes that you've covered 100% of, this person over here with the abundance of lashes where you've only covered the top and bottom layer, they probably actually get even more coverage than that other client who is equally as happy. So although we always want to cover as many lashes as we can, we have to be realistic. Sometimes we have to lash on a time crunch, but there are ways that you can get through a service and keep your client super happy. Now, with that said, sometimes you want to cover all the lashes, be it for portfolio work, or you're doing a competition, or you just want or have the time to do 100% coverage. You will knock your clients' socks off with 100% coverage if they have a lot of lashes. So when you go for this, then you want to adjust your service timing expectations big time. Sometimes for me, I can get through a set in an hour if I'm on this side with a client who doesn't have many lashes, or say they have perfectly directed natural lashes or something like that. Somewhere I'm not working with a lot of correction, I can get through that service pretty quick. But if I have a client who has crazy unruly natural lashes, or hidden lashes underneath lashes, or layers that are crazy and it's so dense and hard to isolate, or really fine lashes or blonde or whatever, this client's going to take me way longer. So not only are we talking about coverage, we're talking about the corrective type of work that we have to do as well. So no matter which one it is, you want to be not so hard on yourself, but if you want to create that full coverage, it could take up to 5 hours for some clients. So it's good to be realistic and plan your set out accordingly. What about if you're learning a new style? It's easy to think that because you're really good at classics that when you move to volume, your service timing will be just a little bit more. But when we learn anything new, we have to be very gentle on ourselves. It's important for us to really get the technique down before we have expectations put on ourselves to get through a set really fast, because we never want our set to be messy. We want it to be as beautiful as possible. Sometimes this takes a bit of a learning curve and quite a lot more time. So what I find really helpful for these services is to be gentle on myself and just go with the flow, but be open with the clients as well. If it's a new service and you're, say, doing handmade mega volume or something for the first time, just have a quick conversation with your client saying, look, this could take me upwards of 4 to 5 hours, but it's because I'm learning and I want to do the best job on you. Is this okay with you? And if it is, great. If not, then maybe you should practice on another client who is okay with that before going back to that client and performing that particular service. So we just want to be open and honest with our clients. And again, even as a seasoned artist, sometimes clients come in, especially when we're filming, doing stuff like that, work to show you guys. It can take us upwards of 4 to 5 hours to film a classic set, which is crazy. But if I want to get that good coverage and I know that I'm really focusing on styling, that takes a lot of my time. So again, I know it can feel like there's a lot of pressure put on us from the industry, from our clients, from on ourselves, at least in my experience. You can let me know your experience as well, but I thought it would be a really good idea to make a video on what's realistic when it comes to service timing expectations, so that you are not hard on yourself if you are the way that I was on myself, because I've learned to accept that perfection takes some time.